Good morning, dear students. So, today's topic is atmosphere. So, what is atmosphere? You already know atmosphere and the layers of atmosphere and the gaseous composition of atmosphere. So, first, what is atmosphere? That is nothing but we all know that Earth is a unique planet due to the presence of life. So, it is nothing but a planet, right? Earth. The air is one among the necessary conditions for the existence of life on this planet. The air is a mixture of several gases and it encompasses the earth from all sides. So, the air, nothing but it is a gases which is having all around the earth. The air surround the earth is called as atmosphere. So the air which is surrounded throughout the earth, that is nothing but a atmosphere. So atmosphere is the air surrounding the earth. The atmosphere is a mixture of different gases. Nothing but a atmosphere consists of a different type of gases. That is nothing but a nitrogen, oxygen and so many. So it contains life giving gases like oxygen. So here life giving gas is nothing but oxygen which is taken by the human beings, right, and animals, and the carbon dioxide, right, which is taken nothing but it is needed for a plant for a respiration. It envelops the earth all around and is held in a place by a gravity of the earth. It helps in stopping the ultraviolet rays harmful to the life and maintains the suitable temperature necessary for life. So here atmosphere will stop the harmful rays which fall on the earth. Right. Generally atmosphere extends about up to about 1600 kilometer from the earth surface. However, 99% of the total mass of the atmosphere is confined to the height of 32 km from the earth surface. So, composition of the atmosphere. So, atmosphere is composed of different type of gases, I already told you. So, it is made up of different gases and also water vapor and dust particles. The composition of atmosphere is not static and it changes according to the time and places. The atmosphere is a mixture of different type of gases. It consists of a different type of gases, especially the abundant is nitrogen and oxygen. Nitrogen and oxygen are the two main gases in the atmosphere, and 99% of atmosphere is made up of these two gases only. Remaining are in the small amount but abundant is nitrogen and oxygen. Other gases like argon, carbon dioxide, neon, helium, hydrogen, etc. form the remaining part of the atmosphere. The portion of the gases changes in the higher layers of the atmosphere in such a way that oxygen will be almost negligible quantity at the heights of 120 km. Similarly, carbon dioxide is not found only up to the carbon dioxide is found only up to the 90 km from the earth's surface. So here is a flow chart, nothing but it is having different type of gases and their percentage and their parts per million, right? That is a nitrogen, oxygen, argon, carbon dioxide, neon, helium, krypton and hydrogen. So carbon dioxide is meteorologically a very important gas. It is a transparent to the incoming solar radiation but opaque to the outgoing terrestrial radiation. It absorbs a part of terrestrial radiation and reflects back some part of it towards the earth's surface. Carbon dioxide is largely responsible for a greenhouse effect. You already know global warming, greenhouse, ozone depletion, right? So, when the volume of other gases remains constant in the atmosphere, the volume of carbon dioxide has been rising in the past few decades due to pollution. The increase in the carbon dioxide, right, and other gases are getting reduced, or they may remain constant here, right. Burning, it is due to the burning of fossil fuel. This rise volume of carbon dioxide is the main reason for global warming. Alright, so if carbon dioxide increases, it affects global warming. So next, ozone gas. It is present in small amount and it is present in the ozone layer. Ozone gas is another important component of the atmosphere, found mainly between 10 and 50 km above the Earth's surface. It acts as a filter and absorbs the ultraviolet radiating from the sun and prevents them from reaching the surface of the earth. So here ozone layer act as a protective layer here, and it is having ozone gas which absorbs ultraviolet rays from the sun, right, which will directly fall on the earth's surface. The amount of ozone gas in the atmosphere is very little and is limited to the ozone layer found in the stratosphere. So, ozone layer is found in the stratosphere layer of the atmosphere. So, next, water vapor. Gases form of water vapor present in the atmosphere is called water vapor. It is the source of all kinds of precipitation. The amount of water vapor decreases with altitude. It also decreases from the equator towards the poles, that is towards the high latitude. Its maximum amount in the atmosphere would be up to 4%, which is found in a warm and wet region. Water vapor reaches in the atmosphere through evaporation and transcription. You know, evaporation and transcription. Evaporation usually take place in where river, by ocean, seas, river, ponds, lakes. That is a water. And transpiration takes place from a plants. That is nothing but a trees and living beings. You know the difference between transpiration and evaporation. Water vapor absorbs part of the incoming solar radiation from the sun and preserves the earth radiating heat. It thus acts as a blanket, allowing the earth neither to be too cold nor to be too hot. Water vapor also contributes to the stability and instability in the air. So next, dust particles. It is also present in the atmosphere. Dust particles are generally found in the lower layer of the atmosphere, that may be in the troposphere, right? These particles are found in the form of sand, smoke, or a oceanic salt, ash, pollen, etc. Higher concentration of dust particle is found in subtropical and temperate region due to dry winds. So in the subtropical and temperate region, the wind is dry, so it is having more dust particles, right, compared to the polar region and equatorial region. These dust particles help in the condensation of water vapor. During the condensation, water vapors gets condensed in the form of droplets around these dust particles, and thus clouds are formed here. So this is about the composition of the atmosphere. Next, the structure of atmosphere, that is nothing but the atmosphere having different layers, that is divided into 5 important layers according to the diversity and of temperature and density. It is nothing but a troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere and a exosphere. So it is nothing but the lower layer is a troposphere and the last upper layer is a exosphere. So, troposphere, it is the lowermost layer of the atmosphere. The height of this layer is about 18 km from the equator and 8 km on the poles. The thickness of the troposphere is greatest at the equator because heat is transported to a great heights by strong conventional currents. Troposphere contains dust particles and water vapor. This is the most important layer of the atmosphere because all kinds of weather changes take place only in this layer. So it is a lower layer and important layer because all weather changes, that is a thunderstorm, everything occurs in this layer only. The air never remains static in this layer. Therefore, this layer is called changing sphere or a to, troposphere. The environmental temperature decreases with increasing height of the atmosphere. It decreases at the rate of 1 degree Celsius for every 165 kilometer of a height. This is called normal lapse rate. The zone separating troposphere from the stratosphere is known as a tropopause. That is nothing but the layer in between the troposphere and stratosphere. Separating them is a tropopause. The air temperature at the tropopause is about 80 degrees Celsius over the equator and about minus 45 degrees Celsius over the poles. The temperature here is nearly constant and hence it is called as tropopause. Next layer is next to troposphere is a stratosphere. Stratosphere is found just above the troposphere. It extends up to a height of 50 kilometer. The temperature remains almost the same in the lower part of this layer up to the height of 20 kilometer. After this, the temperature increases slowly with the increase in the height. Here in the stratosphere, the temperature varies. The temperature increases due to the presence of ozone gas in the upper part of this layer. I already told you stratosphere layer consists of a ozone gas. So due to ozone gas here temperature varies. In the top layer the temperature will be high. Weather related indicates do not take place in this layer. Only in the troposphere it takes place. The air blows horizontally here. Therefore, this layer is considered ideal for flying of aircraft. So, in this layer, aircraft will fly. The upper limit of the stratosphere is known as a stratopause. One important feature of stratosphere is that it contains a layer of one important feature of stratosphere is that it contains a layer of ozone gas. The relative thickness of the ozone layer is measured in Dobson units. It is mainly found in the lower portion of the stratosphere from approximately 20 to 30 km above the Earth's surface. It contains a high concentration of ozone, that is O3, it is indicated ozone gas in relation to other parts of the atmosphere. It is the region of the stratosphere that absorbs most of the sun's ultraviolet radiations. Next layer is a mesosphere. It is the third layer of the atmosphere spreading over the stratosphere. It extends up to the height of 80 kilometer. Right. In this layer, the temperature starts decreasing with increasing altitude and reaches up to minus 100 degrees Celsius at a height of 80 kilometer. So, in the stratosphere, there will be a temperature varies. In the lower region, it will be decreased and in the upper region of stratosphere it is increased, but in the mesosphere the temperature starts to decrease and it will be in a minus. Right. And here meteors or falling stars occur in this layer. The upper limit of the mesosphere is known as a mesopause, that is a in between mesosphere and a thermosphere, that is a mesopause layer. Next one is a thermosphere, which is a fourth layer. This layer is located between 80 to 400 km above the mesosphere. It contains electrically charged particles known as ions. Thus, hence it is known as ionosphere. Thermosphere is also known as ionosphere because it consists of electrically charged particles. So here radio waves transmitted from the earth are reflected back to the earth by this layer. That's why thermosphere is very important layer because radio waves transmitted from a earth are reflected back to the earth by this layer, and due to this radio broadcasting has been possible. The temperature here starts increasing with heights. So here again temperature starts increasing, and the last layer is that is a exosphere. The exosphere is the uppermost layer of the atmosphere. Gases are very sparse in this sphere due to the lack of gravitational force. There the density of air is very less here. So the exosphere is the last uppermost layer, and here the gases are very sparse because it is here the density of air is very less. So these are the 5 layers of the atmosphere, and these layers are very important. The first layer is a troposphere and the last layer is a exosphere under gaseous composition of atmosphere. So I think you all understood the atmosphere. Thank you.